Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Director Paul Greengrass first teamed up with Oscar winner Tom Hanks for the true story Captain Phillips in 2013. Their new film, News of the World, arrives in theaters on Christmas, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. It's 1870, 5 years after the Civil War, and Captain Jefferson Kyle Kidd, played by Tom Hanks, travels town to town delivering the news headlines and stories to anyone who gathers around his podium. The effects of the war are still being felt, with the divide and the racism still at play. Captain Kidd comes across a young girl named Johanna, abandoned in the plains of Texas. He takes her with him, hoping to return her back home. He learns that she is of German descent but was raised by the Kiowa tribe and doesn't speak any English. "This is the key to difficult times" is one of the many memorable lines given in this film that I jotted down. And leave it to acting great Tom Hanks to reassure us that there are better days ahead. News of the World may be set in 1870, but I couldn't help but realize that Paul Greengrass was making this movie for the current times. He co-wrote the film with Luke Davies, based on the best-selling novel by Paulette Giles. Hanks's character, Captain Kidd, is a man of unity and a call to duty, hoping to reunite this girl with her relatives and bring these townspeople together with his messages and stories. It has the look and feel of the classic Western, with vast empty plains and covered wagons of travelers with small towns protective of their people and their beliefs. We see how the wars had a different stamp on the various places that Captain Kidd stops in. And yet, even as a noble and honest man, he's seen as the instigator from out of town causing trouble. Some people he comes across only want to hear the news that they want to hear to fit their own specific set of beliefs. He's given threats despite his calls for unity and peace. Now we, the audience, have grown to trust Tom Hanks as an actor, so we apply that trust and hero complex to so many of his roles. And we see that again here in how he treats this young girl. There's a protective nature at hand with her, despite the fact that they speak different languages. She's a handful, with attitude and aggression, played by newcomer Helena Zengel. Paul Greengrass knows how to create tension, as we've seen in his previous films, like the Jason Bourne franchise and Captain Phillips. He brings that same sensibility to News of the World, making every wayward encounter with Captain Kidd and Johanna this exercise in suspense and tension, especially when they're outnumbered. Adding to this stress is James Newton Howard's score, fitting of the genre. There's a sense of loss and communication breakdown with Kidd and Johanna, but it's how they come to understand each other that poses as the reminder that we all need to hear right now. Now, the Western genre may not be your style, but Tom Hanks has a way of making every character and every story compelling regardless of the genre. He's an actor who always finds that presence and that honest voice and drive with each of his characters. I'm giving News of the World 4 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I got to interview Tom Hanks, Paul Greengrass, and Helena Zengel, so you'll definitely want to check out those interviews. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Paul's Movie Trip, and then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of News of the World. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.